The story of Elden Ring is just like an onion. Not because it has layers to it, but because the more you cut through those layers, the more teary you get. And those tears, they are not just from the emotions those story invokes, but also from the pain you suffer trying to understand the story. Like seriously, most of my non-chronically online friends who have finished the game do not know what the hell they were doing. But this is an intentional design choice by From Software. The story is woven in such a way that you will only ever know as much of it as you want to know. No more, no less. And that is why we are here to tell you the story of Elden Ring. Story of Elden Ring begins with a conspiracy to reclaim one's own destiny. Demigoddess and an emperyan, ranni, the witch, would hatch a plot which would lead to the death of several other demigods, including her own demise. But one death in particular would change the history of the lands between. That would be the death of Godwyn the Golden, the firstborn child of Queen Marika, her golden boy. He would be assassinated the night of the Long Knives, and his death would trigger something inside Queen Marika, and she would end up doing something unthinkable. She would shatter the Elden Ring. And things would never be the same ever after. In the aftermath of this momentous event, several demigods would lay claim to the shattered shard of the rings. Godwyn the Grafted, General Radahn, Praetor Rykard, Morgoth the Omen King, Miquella the Kind, Morg the Dodger of Accusations, and Malenia, the Blade of Miquella. These shards would bless their bearers with godly strength, but would also taint their mind and soul. Each of the shard bearers, drunk on their newfound strength, corrupted by its overwhelming power, would seek to unite the lands between under them. And thus would begin the chaos of the Shattering Wars, where the warlords, the demigods, would be strong enough to resist the other warring shard bearers, but not strong enough to subjugate and unite all of the lands between under one, thus plunging the land into chaos. Desperate to bring stability and order to the ravaged land, Erdtree would once again extend its grace to the Tarnished, a group previously exiled along with the first Elden Lord, Lord Godfrey, and stripped of their grace. And this is where we come in the picture. A Tarnished, no known renown arrives in the land between. We are Tarnished, brought to the lands between to finally end the chaos and restore order. But we are not the first of our kind to arrive here. Erdtree has called many more Tarnished before us, but their efforts has largely been in vain, and the morale, to put it mildly, is very low. A lot of them has lost the guidance of the grace. A lot others have doubts on whether following the guidance is even a good idea. A lot others have chosen to hunt their own fellow Tarnished for some reason. And in this bleak, dark world, our adventure begins. Our adventure to be an Elden Lord. But to be an Elden Lord, we first need to gather some of the great runes from the shard bearers. And we need at least 2 of them to able to enter the royal capital of Liandel. And thus begins our carnage. To acquire those shards of the great runes, we begin our hunt, killing one shard bearer after another, acquiring their great runes in an effort to forge the Elden Ring. In the pursuit of this gold and following the golden guidance of the grace, we defeat Godric the Grafted, Ranala the Queen of Caria, Star Scourge Radan, Praetor Rykard, Morgoth the Omen King, Maliketh the Black Blade, the first Elden Lord, Godfrey himself. But during this orgy of violence, we come around new and conflicting information. We find the flaws of the supposedly perfect Golden Order. We find the ill treatments of the omens, the misbegottens, and those who live in the death under the current Golden Order. We also find different ways of rectifying those flaws, those mistakes, but more importantly, we find ways other than the oppressive rule of the Earth Tree, ways for the new way of life, ways of removing the overbearing presence of the gods and their emotion, and to let the free will of the mortals to forge their own destiny, or we can just let the chaos take the world. Thank you guys for watching this videos. The intent of this video was to give an overview of everything that would happen in the game without making into a full-blown movie. I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/AlwinGrim. Check me out there. I might be playing Dark Souls right now. And as always, if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. And with that, love you guys, and we will see each other in the next video where I will tell you about the different endings of the game.